The afternoon heat hangs over a Chattanooga baseball field as parents settle into folding chairs. Patrick Smiley scans the parking lot again. No familiar SUV, no hurried footsteps, no wave from the bleachers. Hours earlier, Valerie had been on the phone with him, calm enough to say she was on her way back. Now, her seat is empty, and the game keeps going anyway. Valerie Elder Smiley was 41, a mother of 4, a wife, and a co-owner of Shak's Shak, a place built on long hours and regular customers who knew her smile. In late June of 2024, normal had already started to feel slightly off. She'd recently been fighting vertigo and an ear infection, and her family said new medication didn't sit right with her. She seemed unusually tired, repeating herself, moving through the day like her energy had been turned down. On Friday, June 28th, Valerie left home around 2 p.m., climbing into a red 2004 Ford Expedition with a TSU Mom sticker on the back. It wasn't supposed to be a disappearance, just an afternoon out, the kind of errand run that ends with a quick stop home before heading to cheer for the kids. Patrick was home when they spoke by phone. At some point in that conversation, Valerie told him she was coming back. But the minutes stretched, and then the hours did too. When Valerie didn't arrive at the game, Patrick went anyway, still expecting she'd pull in late, apologizing, laughing it off. She never showed. As evening settled in, the ordinary routines turned into a quiet panic. Calls unanswered, messages left hanging. A cousin went to the house to check, hoping she'd returned without telling anyone. The rooms were still. Sometime around 10:30 or 11 that night, Patrick called police, and the waiting began in a home that suddenly felt too big. Investigators looked at location data from Valerie's phone, and what it showed was unsettling. On the 28th, her GPS appeared to loop around her own neighborhood, circling streets near home as if she was trying to find the right turn, trying to reorient, almost arriving and then drifting away again. It wasn't a straight line from point A to point B. It looked like hesitation made visible, like someone fighting confusion in real time while the daylight disappeared. Valerie also had Life 360 on her phone, the kind of family app meant to bring peace of mind. Instead, it became a map of dread. The last location the app recorded placed her in Decatur, Tennessee, about an hour from Chattanooga. It was far enough to raise questions, but still close enough that you could imagine a wrong exit or a moment of dizziness turning into an accidental drive. And then the trail didn't stop. It kept moving. By June 29th, Valerie's phone was tracked to Fayetteville, Georgia, south of Atlanta, roughly 2 hours from where she'd started. The next day, June 30th, the phone pinged again in Union City, Georgia, not far from Fayetteville. Each update carried the same cruel logic. The device was traveling, but Valerie wasn't calling, wasn't posting, wasn't using her bank accounts. Family members struggled to make the dots make sense. She didn't have known ties to those areas, and she rarely traveled that far without a reason. Then came the turning point that so many disappearances hinge on. The moment the signal goes quiet. After that last ping, Valerie's phone stopped giving up its location. No more digital breadcrumbs, no return to Chattanooga, no explanation for why a mother who was said to be devoted to her sons would vanish on a day she was supposed to be in the stands, cheering. Her family pushed for urgency, saying this wasn't her pattern, that she hadn't simply chosen to step away, especially not while already seeming unwell. In the months that followed, the questions multiplied. Did the medication and vertigo disorient her behind the wheel, leading her farther and farther from familiar streets? Did something happen on the road? An accident tucked out of sight? A vehicle swallowed by water? A moment no one witnessed? Or did she cross paths with someone who saw vulnerability and took advantage of it? There are pieces, like a final message of love to her father, reported by those close to her, that add emotional weight without providing answers. And so the story circles back to that baseball field, the empty seat, the game played on without her, the normal day that never came back. Somewhere between Chattanooga and the last quiet ping in Georgia, Valerie Elder Smiley disappeared into a gap the modern world isn't supposed to allow. And if stories like this linger with you, stay with Dying to Know by subscribing.